Blessed is our God, always now, forever, in the ages of ages.
Amen.
Χριστός ανέστη εκ νεκρών θανάτων, θάνατον πατήσας και της εν της μνήμασιν ζωήν χαρισάμενος.
Christ is risen from the dead, trampling down death by death, and to those in death granted life. Christos anesti ek necron thanato, thanato patisas και της εν της μνήμασι ζωή χαρισάμενος. Holy God, holy strong, holy immortal, have mercy on us. Holy God, holy strong, holy immortal, have mercy on us. Holy God, holy strong, holy immortal, have mercy on us. Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, both now and forever, and to the ages of ages. Amen. All Holy Trinity, have mercy on us. Lord, cleanse us from our sins. Master, pardon our iniquities. Holy One, visit and heal our infirmities for your name's sake. Lord, have mercy, have mercy. Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, both now and forever, and to the ages of ages. Amen. Our Father, art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one.
Yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, now and forever, the ages of ages.
Amen. Bless the Lord, my soul. O Lord, my God, you have been greatly magnified. You have clothed yourself with thanksgiving and majesty, wrapping yourself in light as in a cloak, stretching out the heavens like a curtain, roofing his upper chambers with waters, placing clouds as his mount, walking on the wings of the wind, making his angels spirits and his ministers a flame of fire, establishing the earth on its sure base. It will not be moved to age on age. The deep like a garment is its mantle. Waters will stand upon the mountains. At your rebuke they will flee. They will quail at the voice of your thunder. They go up to the mountains and descend to the plains, to the place in which you establish them. You fix the limit that they will not pass, nor will they return to cover the earth. You send out springs into the valleys. Waters will run between the mountains. They will give drink to all the beasts of the field. The wild asses will receive them to quench their thirst. Beside them the birds of the air will make their dwelling and sing among the rocks. He waters the mountains from his upper chambers. The earth will be filled from the fruit of your works. He makes grass spring up for the cattle and green herb for the service of mankind, to bring bread out of the earth, and wine makes glad the heart of man. To make the face cheerful with oil, and bread strengthens the heart of man. The trees of the plain will be satisfied, the cedars of Lebanon that you planted. There the sparrows will build their nests, the heron's dwelling is first among them. The high mountains are for the deer, rocks a refuge for hares. He made the moon to mark the seasons, the sun knew the hour of its setting. You appointed darkness, and it was night, in which all the beasts of the forest will prowl, young lions roaring to hunt and to seek their food from God. The sun rose, and they were gathered together, and they will lie down in their dens. Man will go out to his labor, and to his laboring until evening. How your works have been magnified, O Lord, with wisdom you have made them all, and the earth was filled with your creation. See this great wide sea, there are creeping things without number, living creatures small and great. There ships go to and fro, this dragon which you fashioned to sport in it. All things look to you to give them their food in due seasons. When you give it them, they will gather it. When you open your hand, all things will be filled with goodness. But when you turn away your face, they will be troubled. You will take away their spirit, and they will perish and return to their dust. You will send forth your Spirit, and they will be created, and you will renew the face of the earth. May the glory of God endure to the ages. The Lord will rejoice in his works. He looks upon the earth and makes it tremble. He touches the mountains and they smoke. I will sing to the Lord while I live. I will praise my God as long as I have my being. May my words be pleasing to him, while as for me I shall rejoice in the Lord. Oh, that sinners might perish from the earth, and the wicked so that they be no more. Bless the Lord, my soul. The sun knew the hour of its setting. You made darkness, and it was night. How your works have been magnified, O Lord, with wisdom you have made them all. Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, both now and forever, and to the ages of ages. Amen. Alleluia, 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 glory to you, God. Alleluia, 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 glory to you, God. Alleluia, 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 glory to you, God. O hope, our Lord, glory to you.
In peace, let us pray to the Lord.
Lord, have mercy.
For the peace from on high, for the salvation of our souls, let us pray to the Lord.
Lord, have mercy.
For the peace of the whole world, for the welfare of the holy churches of God, and for the union of all, let us pray to the Lord.
Lord, have mercy.
For this holy house and those who enter it with faith, reverence, and the fear of God, pray to the Lord.
Lord, have mercy.
For our Archbishop Nikitas, the honored daughter of presbyters and diaconate in Christ, for all the clergy and the people, let us pray to the Lord.
Lord, have mercy.
For our sovereign Lady, Queen Elizabeth, the royal family, her government and all authority, let us pray to the Lord.
Lord, have mercy.
For this city, for every city, town, and village, and for the faithful who dwell in them, let us pray to the Lord.
Lord, have mercy.
For favorable weather and abundance of the fruits of the earth and temperate seasons, let us pray to the Lord.
Lord, have mercy.
For those who travel by land, air, or water, the sick, the suffering, those in captivity, and for their safety and salvation, let us pray to the Lord.
Lord, have mercy.
For our deliverance from all affliction or all danger and constraint, let us pray to the Lord.
Lord, have mercy.
Help us, save us, have mercy on us, and keep us, O God, by your grace.
Lord, have mercy.
Commemorating our all holy, pure, most blessed and glorious Lady, Mother of God and ever Virgin Mary, with all the saints, let us entrust ourselves and one another and our whole life to Christ our God.
To you, O Lord.
For to you belong all glory, honor, and worship, to the Father, and to the Son, to the Holy Spirit, now and forever, and to the ages of ages.
Amen. Blessed is the man that hath not walked in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stood in the way of sinners, nor sat in the seat of the pestilent, but his will is rather in the law of the Lord, and in his law will he meditate day and night. And he shall be like the tree which is planted by the streams of the waters, which shall bring forth its fruit in its season, and its leaf shall not fall, and all things whatsoever he may do shall prosper. Not so are the ungodly, not so, but rather they are like the chaff which the wind doth hurl away from the face of the earth. For this reason shall the ungodly not stand up in judgment, nor sinners in the counsel of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, and the way of the ungodly shall perish. Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, both now and forever, and to the ages of ages. Amen. Alleluia, 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 glory to you, O God. Alleluia, 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 glory to you, O God. Alleluia, 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 glory to you, O God. Our hope, O Lord, glory to you.
Again and again, in peace, let us pray to the Lord.
Lord, have mercy.
Help us, save us, have mercy on us, and keep us, O God, by your grace.
Lord, have mercy.
Commemorating our all holy, pure, most blessed and glorious Lady, Mother of God and ever Virgin Mary, with all the saints, let us entrust ourselves and one another and our whole life to Christ our God.
To you, O Lord.
For yours is the might, and yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory of the
stronger about my lips. Do not incline my heart to evil words, to make excuses for my sins. With those who work iniquity, let me not unite with their elect. The just will chastise me with mercy and reprove me, but let not the oil of sinners anoint my head. Forget my prayer shall be their pleasures, the judges have been swallowed up near the rock. They will hear my words, for they are sweet as the flood of earth is crushed upon the ground. Their words have been scattered as the mount of sage. For my eyes look to you, O Lord, my Lord, I have hope in you. Do not take away my soul. Keep me from the snare that they have hidden from me, that they have hidden for me, that they have hidden for me, and from the traps of evildoers. The sinners will fall into their own net. I am alone until I pass by. With my voice I cry to the Lord. With my voice I entreated the Lord. I will pour out my entreaty before him and tell him all my trouble. When my spirit was faint, you knew my path. In the way where I walked, they had hidden a snare for me. I looked to my right hand and saw, but there was none to near me. Escape is gone from me, and there is none who seeks for my soul. I cried to you, Lord, I said, you are my hope, my portion in the land of the living. Give heed to my supplication, for I am brought very low. Deliver me from those who persecute me, for they are too strong for me. Bring my soul out of prison, that I may confess your name. By the cross of Christ our Savior, the dominion of death hath been destroyed, and the deception of the devil hath been abolished, and the race of man, having been saved by faith, doth ever offer praise to thee. The just will await me until you reward me. All things have been enlightened by thy resurrection, O Lord, and paradise is opened again. And whilst acclaiming thee, the whole creation doth or ever offer praise to thee. Out of the depths I have cried to you, O Lord, Lord, hear my voice. I glorify the might of the Father and the Son of the power of the Holy Spirit. Do I praise even the invisible, uncreated Godhead, the Trinity one in essence, reigning unto eternity forever. Let your ears be attentive to the voice of my supplication. Thy precious cross do we worship, O Christ, and thy resurrection do we praise and glorify, for by thy wounding are we all be healed. If you, Lord, should mark iniquities, Lord, who will stand? But there is forgiveness with you. We praise the Savior who was incarnate of the Virgin, for he was crucified for our sake and arose on the third day, granting us great mercy. For your name's sake, I have waited for you, O Lord. My soul has waited on your word. My soul has hoped in the Lord. Going down to those in hate, Christ proclaimed the glad tidings, saying, take courage, I have conquered now. I am the resurrection. Having destroyed the gates of death, I shall lift you up. From the morning watch until night, from the morning watch let Israel hope in the Lord. We who stand unworthily in thine undefiled house sing an evening hymn, crying from the depths, O Christ, God, who didst enlighten the world by thy resurrection on the third day, rescue thy people out of the hand of thine enemies, O friend of man. For with the Lord there is mercy, and with him plentiful redemption, and he will redeem Israel from all his iniquities. O compassionate Christ, who by thine immaculate hand didst fashion man, thou didst come to heal the sick. By thy word thou didst raise up the paralytic by the sheep's pool. Thou didst cure the ailment of the blood-streaming woman. Upon the tormented daughter of the Canaanite, the request of the Canaanite woman didst thou have mercy, and the request of the centurion thou didst not disdain. For this cause we cry unto thee, O Almighty Lord, glory be to thee. Praise the Lord, all you nations, praise him, all you peoples. O compassionate Christ, who by thine immaculate hand didst fashion man, thou didst come to heal the sick. By thy word thou didst raise up the paralytic by the sheep's pool. Thou didst cure the ailment of the blood-streaming woman. Upon the tormented daughter of the Canaanite woman didst thou have mercy, and the request of the centurion thou didst not disdain. For this cause we cry unto thee, O Almighty Lord, glory be to thee. For his mercy has been mighty towards us, and the truth of the Lord endures to the ages. The paralytic who was like unto an unburied dead man saw thee and cried out, Have mercy on me, O Lord, for my bed is become my grave. Of what profit is my life? I have no need for the sheep's pool, for there is no one to put me therein when the waters are troubled. But I come unto thee, O source of healings, that together with all I also may cry, O Almighty Lord, glory be to thee. Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. Jesus went up to Jerusalem to the sheep's pool, which by the Hebrews is called Bethesda, having 5 porches. Therein lay a multitude of the ailing, for an angel of God went down at a certain season, and troubled the water, and granted healing unto those who drew nigh in faith. And the Lord, on seeing a man who had been there for many years, said unto him, Dost thou wish to be made whole? And the sick man replied, Sir, I have no man when the water is troubled to put me into the pool. I have wasted all my wealth on physicians, and was not deemed worthy of mercy. But the physician of both souls and body said unto him, Take up thy bed and walk, proclaiming my might and great mercy unto the ends of the earth, both now and forever, and to the ages of ages. Amen. How can we not marvel at thy theandric offspring, O all revered one? For without experience of wedlock, thou, O all blameless one, hast brought forth in the flesh a fatherless son, who was born motherless of the Father before the ages, and who in no way suffered change or intermingling or division, but preserved in their entirety the properties of its essence. Wherefore, O Lady Virgin Mother, do thou entreat him, that the souls of them that in orthodox manner profess thee to be God's birth giver may be saved.
Wisdom, stand upright.
Osilaron Agias Oxis, Athanatu Patos, Uraniru Agiru Makaros, Isu Christe, Elfondes, Titin Iliusi, donde sposes perion in lumen facera, io agi, o pneuma Theos, axion se pasi kerissimniste, ponesse sie Theou, zoino didus, Dio cosmos, sed doxa Asi. Come, bless the Lord. The Lord is King, he has clothed himself with majesty.
Ο Κύριος εβασίλευσε, επέτειαν ενεδίσατο.
The Lord has clothed and girded himself with power.
Ο Κύριος εβασίλευσε, εν ευπρέπειαν εν ενδύσατο. Let us all say, Lord, our soul, and with all our mind, let us say,
Lord, have mercy.
O Lord Almighty, the God of our fathers, may you hear and have mercy.
Lord, have mercy.
Have mercy on us, O God, according to your great mercy. We pray you hear and have mercy.
Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. Lord,
Also we pray for our Archbishop Nikitas and all our brotherhood in Christ.
Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy.
Also we pray for mercy, life, peace, health, salvation, visitation, pardon and forgiveness of sins for the servants of God, all devout and orthodox Christians, those who dwell in or visit this city and parish, the wardens and members of this church and their families, the doctors, the nurses, the volunteers, and all who have asked for our prayers, unworthy who we are.
Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy.
Also we pray for those who are persecuted for the faith, for those who are tortured for the Holy Land, for those who lie in sickness, and for all the suffering people of the world.
Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy.
Also we pray for the blessed and ever remembered founders of this holy church, and for all our brothers and sisters who have gone to their rest before us and who lie here asleep in the true faith, and for the Orthodox everywhere.
Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy.
Also we pray for those who bring offerings, those who care for the beauty of this holy and venerable house, for those who labor in its service, for those who sing, and for the people here present, we wait your great and rich mercy.
Lord, have mercy.
For you, God, are merciful and love and kind, to you we give glory, to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, now and forever, and to the ages of ages.
Amen. Grant, Lord, that we may be kept this evening without sin. Blessed are you, Lord, the God of our fathers, and praised and glorified is your name to the ages. Amen. Let your mercy, Lord, be upon us as we have hoped in you. Blessed are you, Lord, teaching your statutes. Blessed are you, Master, make me understand your statutes. Blessed are you, Holy One, enlighten me with your statutes. Lord, your mercy is forever. Do not scorn the work of your hands. To you praise is due, to you song is due, to you glory is due, to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, now and forever, and to the ages of ages. Amen.
Let us complete our evening prayer to the Lord.
Lord, have mercy.
Help us, save us, have mercy on us, and keep us, O God, by your grace.
Lord, have mercy.
That the whole evening may be perfect, holy, peaceful, and sinless, let us ask of the Lord.
Grant this, O Lord.
An angel of peace, a faithful guide, a guardian of our souls and bodies, let us ask of the Lord.
Grant this, O Lord.
Pardon and forgiveness of our sins and offenses, let us ask of the Lord.
Grant this, O Lord.
Those things which are good and profitable for our souls and peace for the world, let us ask of the Lord.
Grant this, O Lord.
That we may live out the rest of our days in peace and repentance, let us ask of the Lord.
Grant this, O Lord.
Christian end to a life painless, unashamed, and peaceful in the good defense before the dread judgment seat of Christ, let us ask.
Grant this, O Lord.
Commemorating our own holy, pure, most blessed and glorious Lady, Mother of God, and ever Virgin Mary, with all the saints, let us entrust ourselves and one another and our whole life to Christ our God.
To you,
For
Lord.
you, God, art good and love mankind, and to you give glory, to the Father, to the Son, to the Holy Spirit, now and forever, and to the ages of ages.
Amen.
Kyrie not waiting for help from men, but looking for your mercy and expecting your salvation. Guard them at every time, both in this present evening and in the approaching night, from every enemy, from every adverse power of the devil, and from vain thoughts and evil imaginings. May the might of your kingdom be blessed and glorified in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, now and forever into the ages of ages.
Amen. Thou drankest the torrent of delight, and O famed Apostle Simon, with divine wisdom, thou didst give the knowledge of our God unto fervent seekers as a draught for them to drink, thus imitating Christ, to whom thou art gone with joy, and thou dost see God the Trinity's transcendently shining glory, and the peace of boundless strength. Their sound hath gone forth into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. As far as is possible for man, thou beholdest God with infinite delight. Thyself art seen as thou enjoyest him in more perfect union by a deified in joy. O wondrous Simon, thou hast received thy blessed and sole desire, O lauded herald of Christ, God now abiding with the angels, holy choirs. The heaven declare the glory of God, and the firmament proclaimeth the work of his hands. O Simon, since thou hast been revealed as a faithful mediator between God and mankind, do thou employ thy holy prayers, which possess much boldness. May Christ merciful to us and never keys, O blessed Apostle, interceding with the Lord and imploring him in every hour that he grant peace and great mercy to our souls. Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, at the sheep's pool a man lay in illness, and on seeing thee, O Lord, he cried, I have no man that when the water is troubled he might put me therein, but when I go another proceedeth me and receiveth the healing, and I lie in illness, and straightway taking compassion on him, the Saviour saith unto him, for thee I became man, for thee I am clothed in flesh, and sayest thou, O I have no man, take up thy bed and walk, all things are possible for thee, all things are obedient to thee, all things are subject to thee, remember us all, and have mercy on us, O Holy One, since thou art the friend of man, both now and forever, and to the ages of ages. Amen. O temple and gate art thou, a palace and throne of the King, O all-revered Virgin, through whom my Redeemer Christ the Lord hath appeared to them that slept in darkness, since he is the Son of righteousness, for he will to enlighten those whom he hath fashioned by his own hand, according to his own image. Wherefore, O all hymned one, since thou hast boldness toward him as his mother, intercede thou unceasingly, that our souls be saved. Father, the resurrection. O Christ, who by thy passion didst darken the sun, and who by the light of thy resurrection didst make all things radiant with joy, accept our evening hymn, O friend of man. Let God arise and let his enemies be scattered, and let them that hate him flee from before his face. A sacred Pascha hath been shown forth to us today, a new and holy Pascha, a mystic Pascha, an all-venerable Pascha, a Pascha that is Christ the Redeemer, a spotless Pascha, a great Pascha, a Pascha of the faithful, a Pascha that hath opened unto us the gate of paradise, the Pascha that doth hallow all the faithful, as smoke vanisheth, so let them vanish as wax melteth before the fire. Come from that scene, O women of good tidings, and say to Zion, receive from us the tidings of joy of the resurrection of Christ. Exult, dance, and be glad, O Jerusalem, for thou hast seen Christ the King, as a bridegroom come forth from the tomb. So let sinners perish at the presence of God, and let the righteous be glad. The myrrh-bearing women at deep dawn drew nigh to the tomb of the giver of life. They found an angel sitting upon the stone, and he, addressing them in this manner, did say, Why seek ye the living among the dead? Why mourn ye the incorruptible amid corruption? Go proclaim it unto his disciples. This is the day which the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and be glad therein. A Pascha of delight, Pascha, the Lord's Pascha, and all venerable Pascha hath dawned for us, a Pascha whereon let us embrace one another with joy, a Pascha ransom from sorrow. Today Christ hath shone forth from the tomb as from a bridal chamber, and hath filled the woman with joy, saying, Proclaim it unto the apostles. Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. In Solomon's porch there lay a multitude of sick, and at mid-feast Christ found there a paralytic who had been bedridden for 38 years. To him he called out with a voice of authority, Wouldst thou be made whole? And the infirm replied, Sir, I have no man when the water is troubled to put me into the pool. And he said unto him, Take up thy bed, behold, thou art become whole. Sin not again by thy intercession of the Theotokos, O Lord, send down to us thy great mercy, both now and forever, and to the ages of ages. Amen. It is the day of resurrection. Let us be radiant for the festival, and let us embrace one another. Let us say, O brethren, even to those that hate us, let us forgive all things on the resurrection. And thus let us cry, Christ is risen from the dead, by death, trampling down death by death, and to those in the tombs he has granted life. Now, Master, you let your servant depart in peace according to your word, for my eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared before the face of all peoples, a light to bring revelation to the nations and the glory of your people Israel. Holy God, holy strong, holy mortal, have mercy on us. Holy God, holy strong, holy mortal, have mercy on us. Holy God, holy strong, holy mortal, have mercy on us. Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, both now and forever, and to the ages of ages. Amen. All Holy Trinity, have mercy on us. Lord, cleanse us from our sins, Master, pardon our iniquities. Holy One, visit and heal our infirmities for your name's sake. Lord, have mercy, Lord, have mercy, Lord, have mercy. Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, both now and forever, and to the ages of ages. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one.
For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, now and forever, and to the ages of ages.
Amen. Let the heavens rejoice, let earthly things be glad, for the Lord hath wrought might with his arm. He hath trampled upon death by death. The firstborn of the dead hath he become. Free from the belly of Hades hath he delivered us, and hath granted great mercy to the world. Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, both now and forever, and to the ages of ages. Amen. We praise thee, the mediatress, for the salvation of our race, O Virgin Theotokos, for in the flesh taken from thee, thy Son and our God hath deigned to endure the passion through the cross, and hath redeemed us from corruption, since he is the friend of man.
Wisdom.
Father, give the blessing.
He who is Christ our God is blessed always now and forever.
Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, both now and forever, and to the ages of ages. Amen. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Holy Father, give the blessing.
May he who is risen from the dead, Christ our true God, by the prayers of his own holy and pure Mother, by the power of the precious and life-giving cross, by the protection of the honored bodily spouse in heaven, by the intercessions of the honored glorious prophet forerunner and Baptist John, the holy glorious and all praised apostles, the holy glorious and all praised apostle Andrew, the first born, of the holy glorious and triumphant martyrs, of our holy and God-bearing fathers and mothers, of the holy and righteous forebears of God, Joachim and Anna, of the holy holy glorious and all praised apostle Simon Elot, and of our holy father Avrami, and of Saint Holy Mothers Taisia and Isidora, and of Saint Congal of Bangor in Ireland, whose memory we keep today, and of all the saints. Have mercy on us and save us, for he is good and loves mankind.
Amen.
By the prayers of our Holy Fathers, Lord Jesus Christ, our God, have